Hi, welcome to Restaurant Management System in Microsoft Word. So the first thing I'll do now is go to File, and that is if you don't have the developers ribbon, you go to File, go to Options, and go to Customize ribbon right there. If the developer menu is not checked, make sure it's checked and click on OK. Now the next thing I will do is let me just move this up and move this out of the way a little bit to have enough room. Alright, the next thing I want to do now is to insert table. I'm going to need those tables just to so that I can align all of the components that I intend to use. So I need 7 rows and 7 columns and 18 rows. That's fine. Well, maybe before that I might as well enter my heading there. Let's undo that. So let's continue by entering the heading. That's my heading right there. The next thing I want to do now is insert table. So I need 7 columns and 18 rows. Click on OK. Now go to the developer menu right there, come to the control where it says control, drop that down, and where it's control legacy Microsoft form, we need that right there. So the next thing is, let me just copy that and paste it. I need about 5 of those. Paste that and paste this one here, and maybe one right here. Okay, one here. Now the next thing I want to do is let's get a label on board. I need a label back there. Label there. I'm going to need label here. One label here, another label here, one more here, and I will also need one here, and one here. What I need here is a text box. Let's get text box in place. Okay, we need a text box now. Let's get that text box right there. Okay, let's take that off. That's not where we need it. We need it here. One text box, 2, 3, and right here. I think I'm going to have to move these and these. Let's move them somewhere here, right? And here I'm going to need just an ordinary text there, and right here I need a combo box. Let's get a combo box in there. Click on OK. Alright, it's looking good. We need to move all of these up a little bit more. We're going to need some more rooms there. Why these goes right here? And we need buttons here. Let's get some buttons on board. Let's see. That's a button. Yep, that's fine. We have 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one. Okay, so we have our buttons in place. So what I will do now is just to speed it up and get back to you guys. But before then, let me show you how to save it. You go to File, Save As, and let's save it on the desktop. And right there, Restaurant Management System. Okay, let's just put that in there and just save it straight on the desktop. And then you're going to have to change the file type to Word Micro Enable Documents and just click on Save. Alright. So let's speed it up now. Okay, this is how the system is looking now. Let me show you guys the whole interface. That is how it's looking now. So it's not that brilliant yet, but if I change the background color, you will see what I'm talking about. So let's say it's black, and that's how it's looking for now. Okay, all of those buttons now has a name, total. Okay, let's take it back to white and continue with the development. Alright, I'm just going to merge these. So let's take it down about that, right click and select merge. That's fine. Now let's develop this part of it. So, and let's move this a little bit out. That's fine. And copy this across. Let's move it back in and paste. paste. Now let's add one more. Alright, so let's just change the value in them. Right click and just change that one to btn 6, and this will be number 6, and that is subtract Okay, I'm just gonna speed that up and get back to you guys. So that'll be one. Alright, this is how the system is looking now. So I think the first thing is, let me take care of this first and enter the following lines of codes there. So that's for button 7. So let's see if we can have a go at button 8 as well. So that's button 8 right underneath it there. So let's change that to 8. It's exactly the same lines of codes. Remove this here and just change that. Alright, that's for button 8. Now let's see button 9. Button 9. Paste that in there as well and just change this to 9. Right there. Let's come for button 6 right up there. So that's for 6. So just speed that up now. Let's copy this first. Now speed that up to take care of button 5 and the rest. Let's come here to 5. Paste. Okay, let's have another quick look at the lines of codes. There they are. From here, we are actually using lbl.caption. It's not .text. I've changed it all to .caption because in it's a VBA. It does require .caption. That is for button 0. This is for button 1, button 2, button 3, button 4, button 5, button 6, button 7, button 8, and button 9, and clear. That's for the clear button. The next thing now is to declare some variables up here. So we will start by, let me get rid of all of these, space. So let's call that option X preset. There is no Y there. Take that off. So start by declaring the following. Let me go for first number as double, and the second number as double. Now dim answer as double. Okay, now let's speed up the declarations. There they are, and right here have some constants as well. Okay, so let's continue. Well, first thing first, we finish up with this calculation, or with the calculator, and these are all of the variables that I'm going to be using. Variables, here they are all, the data type are all double, and constants. Right, so let's finish it up now. Okay, back into Word, and come in here, double click on the plus sign, and right there. Okay, right there, let's say whatever we enter in the display, which is this very display, let's copy that, just paste it in there, and the display can also, so that we clear it, we have a choice to clear or leave it at 0, but let's clear it though. Then the operations, I think it's called, okay, it's called operations with an S. Copy that. The operations in this case becomes equals plus there. So I'm just going to copy this for the subtraction button. Let's come in here, double click on the subtraction, paste that in there, and change this to subtraction. Okay, now the next one, multiplication, paste that in there, change that to multiplication, and we then have division, change that as well to division sign. Okay, so that is sorted. So all that is left now is to take care of the equals. So with the equals, we have second button or second number equals LBL display dot caption. Okay, and if operations equals the plus sign. Alright, then we want the, I think answer equals first number plus second number, and we want the result in LBL display dot caption equals answer. Alright, that's that taken care of. So we can just copy this and use else if to take care of the rest. Else if it's minus, that becomes minus, and let's come for multiplication, that becomes multiplication, and we have division, that becomes division. And let's end the if statement here. Okay, let's try it out now. Hopefully the calculator is out of the way, so move this. I guess you can see it. Let me just reduce everything so that you guys can see it. Okay, if I press that times that equals 24. Okay, plus 3. That is correct. So the calculator is working. Now let's carry out the rest of these calculations. Okay, to take care of these calculations, like I said earlier on, the first thing I've done is to add the following names in here. So to do that, let's go into the document right here, come in here and select document, and that is it right there. Okay, first of all, populate all of the combo box. This is for the currency converter, and I also clear the content in here. It's just like a form load that you have inside Visual Basic. This is known as document open. The next thing is I actually populated the combo box for the drinks. There they are. I've added all the different types of drinks. Then at document open, all of the following are set to be empty. Okay, there's no data in them, so have a good look at it. Alright, combo box populated. Let's go back. Now that the combo box is populated, if I double click on the converter button right here, I have my variable declared right there. So the British pound is declared as a local variable, and whatever I enter into this text box here is then assigned into the British pounds. And here is how the conversion goes. If it's Nigerian naira that is selected, then whatever you have inside here is multiplied by the conversion rate. Okay, and then the final output show Nigerian currency sign. I don't think that's the right one though, and the amount that is converted into. And the same thing applies to the Kenyan money. I think they call it shillings, something like that. So that's it. Then we have the United States currency, that is in dollars right there. Then we have the Canadian one, the Brazilian, and we have the Indian, Philippines, Indonesians, and if there's nothing there, it should default back to choose one or select an option. Okay, that is for the currency converter right here. I also set the reset. If I double click on that, that is the reset right there. Okay, the reset is to default back to this text and clear both the label and the text box. And here we have the text box and the label. So that is that taken care of for the currency converter. The next thing is, let me just enter, go to the property of this and just enter 0 right in there. Enter 0 here, and this one 0. Let's get back there. That's 0 as well. Okay, we have them as default. Okay, so if let me run it. To run it, you have to make sure this design, you uncheck it. And if I drop this down, that's it. Let's select Nigerian and enter whatever in there, and you convert it to Nigerian naira. That's what you get. Supposing we want Kenyan shillings, that's it. Let's go for United States. Okay, and reset there. So that's how the currency converter works. Now the drinks, select the drinks. You can select whatever kind of drink you want in there, but the thing is, each of these drinks I need to give them assign some value into them. So let's go back to our design and double click on that. Let's come right up here. Now the constant I have so far, that is just for the burger and so on, but for the drinks there's no constant for the drinks. So let's take care of that now. I think the drinks, let's see the drinks that we have in the document open. Document open there. Okay, here are the drinks that we have. So I'm just going to copy that because I need to remember what kind of drinks we have in there, and just change all of those ones to constant. That becomes constant, and this will then become the variable, and just give it a price. Maybe the cola will be about 189. Alright, that's taken care of. So I'll just repeat the same thing for all of these and just take care of it. Give this one a price as well. That's a Coke. Yeah, let's put so I'm just gonna speed that up. Okay, all of the constants are in place now. So the next thing I want to do is, let's go in here, double click on total, and let's declare a variable. Then we can just call it take underscore a underscore drink. So that's what I'm gonna call it, take a drink. Let's make that an array as double. Alright, so this take a drink, now let's allocate some of these drinks to it. This drink right here, I'm just going to assign it to take a drink right there. So the first array of take a drink will be, let's go for take a drink drink 0. Let's make that equals cola. So we just speed that up and there. So we have all of that in place. So all of those drinks are now assigned into an array. Now, using an if statement, if the combo the drink dot, let's check out the name of this combo. So we have the name of the combo here, so let me just copy that. So copy and use an if statement, if combo equals that, and then we want the following to happen. Let's end the if here and if. So we want all of these to happen. That means there's no drink selected, so you just get the basic price of the item. So we're gonna go for else if what we're gonna, let's if it's cola, this is what I want the system to do. Let's check that right there. So I drag this so that you can see that. Okay, if so else if we have cola. So now let's check out the other one, but in this case instead of cola we can always change this. Okay, yep, if the text is cola, so let's go for maybe Coke and see what will happen. If the text is Coke, what will happen? Else if it's Coke, there. Now we need to add the price of Coke. I think Coke is 2 right there, so it's 1. So if we have the other one, if that happens to be orange right there, so let's take care of orange. Then that becomes, take a drink becomes 2. Now if take a drink becomes apple juice, we have apple juice there, so let's paste that again, and this become take a drink becomes 3, and we need to get apple juice on board right there. Just copy it and bring it down here, there. Else if, take care of the other one right there, and this one becomes 4. The other one after apple juice, okay, that's T. Change that to T. Paste again, and this one becomes what? Coffee. Change this to coffee, and this becomes 5. Alright, now after coffee we have iced tea. paste that in there as 6, and we have iced tea here. And the next one is iced coffee. So let's come down. This is 7. That is 7, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this one paste that in there, and this one I'm going to change this one to, if I change this one to 9, first of all let's take care of this first. That's ice underscore coffee, right? Okay, the last one here should be 8. Let me change that to 8. That means if I change this to 8, I'm going to have to change all of these to 9. So that's the 9th array. Let's change this as well. 9, 9. Okay, that's taken care of. There's still some adjustment to be made though. All of that is taken care of now. So this is the cost of the drink. In this case, that's drink 0. Now here is drink number 1. That's drink number 2. Drink number 3. Drink 4. Take a drink 5. Take a drink 6, 7, and 8. Right there. Okay. Okay, finally, just where we're going to enter all of those value, or the total right here. Let's enter that in there. Okay, finally we add all of these total here. This one is just for the delivery anyway. We have a standard cost there, which is £3. So let's go to the form and just give that a try and see. So we enter some value in here. Let's enter whatever we want in there and select a drink. Now we've checked the home delivery, the tax is checked already. Let's click on let's enlarge it. Click on total. Okay, let's see. Alright, there's something in coffee, there's nothing in the other one. So that's how it works. You can see it's working just like the Visual Basic or the Java Restaurant Management System. This is developed using Microsoft Word document. This is just to prove to you that you can develop a program, a fully functioning program, an interactive program in Microsoft Word. Well, with that, I'm going to call this the end of this program. I suppose you all enjoy it. I agree it's a bit long, but it's interesting. It's an interesting program. But before we go, let's do one thing, just one more thing. Let's come to design and change the background. I don't know, maybe that, or maybe something a little bit darker. Nope, I don't like that. Yeah, that's about right. Then maybe change the border style. Let's change the border style and see how that will look like. Table property, let's come to border right there. and let's see the type of borders we have in there. Maybe check this out, or this, and make that a little bit big. Click on OK, and OK as well. Right there, that is how it looks. I think maybe I'll settle for that. I suppose you all enjoy it. So with that, I'm just going to call it the end of this program. You have a nice day now.